Anyway, we're going to show you how to make these gorgeous panoramic Easter eggs. You remember these? I saw those and it just took me right back. I used to get one of those in my Easter basket every year, and you even had a collection of them, right?
Sure, yep. And you know, the thing is, if you take care of them, you know, they'll last for a long time. And the thing is, the royal icing will break down and start to get a little brittle, or if they're exposed to the sun, you know, they'll fade. But I have a real sentimental spot in my heart for them.
Oh,
and most people I talk to have some sort of youth flashback.
Absolutely.
Oh, I used to have those.
You know, I bet you the kids today never have seen them before. So you know what? Bring them back. Do this project. If not this weekend, maybe another time. But the neat thing is you can fill them individually with something that means something to that child, and you know, put their name on them. And you've done different ones for your different, you know, kids and what they're into. So
yeah. And the thing is, it's sugar and water for the egg.
So it's easy.
So it's easy. And for every cup of sugar, it's 2 teaspoons of water.
Okay.
And what I did was I kind of got a feel for the size of the molds. These are just chocolate molds.
Okay.
And you know, if you have old cake pans like these, or even the larger cake pan to give you a bigger egg, I just kind of mixed up, you know, a certain amount and then saw what that got me. And it's simple to do. You know, a cup to 2 teaspoons. You know, you can make more, so it doesn't have to be exact like a recipe.
And regular old sugar, no kind of special sugar.
Table sugar, yep.
Okay.
So you just make it's like wet sand.
Okay.
So you just make a paste out of it, mix it up real good. You want to make sure there's no lumps in the sugar.
What about the color?
If you want to add color, like I colored this one blue, we have some super strength food coloring at the shop.
Okay.
A little drop right in your water before you add it.
Oh, in the water.
In the water.
And then to the sugar.
It'll just help distribute the color easier.
Okay.
If you decide at the last minute you want to color it, then go ahead and add it. It's not going to hurt anything.
Okay.
It just takes a little longer to incorporate it.
Okay.
Then what you do, you don't treat these with anything. It'll just pop out. You just spoon your sugar mixture, and if you want to do a tie-dyed one, you can do a couple, you know, different colors. Mix it up a little bit. Press it, and this is where you want to compact it in.
Okay.
Okay. Then what you're going to do is level it off, because you're going to want it to sit flat. And what I do is I have a cardboard circle that helps me to move the mold out of, or the egg out of the mold.
So there's that. That was easy.
And then what you're going to want to do is you can either do this at room temperature if you have a lot of time. If you're like me and you're impatient, you want to move the project along a little bit. A low oven. I don't even keep the oven on. I just turn it on, heat it up to like 175, 200, turn it off, put them in the oven for like 15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
And then pull them out. And what you're going to do is you're going to end up with an egg like this.
I just want to touch it. Okay, so it really just hardens
it. The outside is going to get a crust on it so that it's touchable, but yet you want to still be able to scoop, because this is where you're going to want to hollow it out for decorating.
Okay. And you were telling me that way back in the day, they used to use those legs pantyhose. Remember those? I don't think they make those anymore.
No, they don't.
But you sell all sorts of different molds, so different sizes. You could do bigger ones, smaller ones, whatever. So you just kind of work at it.
And so what you're going to do is you want to make a shell. Now this one I got a little overexcited and broke it.
Be careful.
So you need to be a little gentle.
Okay.
And once it's hard like this, it's not reusable.
Okay.
But any of it that you scrape out of the center, just put a cover on it, and then you can just keep reusing it.
Okay.
So so I have some here that I've hollowed out.
Okay.
Now, if you're going to make one with a hole in the center like this, like this one here, then you're going to want to make a little marking in it before it starts to dry, because then what that's going to do is make it easier to carve out.
Okay.
But once it's hollowed, then you start very carefully chipping away at this.
Okay.
But if you make too thin of a shell, then it can crack.
How do you do like this one? So you just want to look, because this is the kind that I always grew up with, where you can peek inside. Now, so how did you get that hole?
Once you get your egg, like we have it on the baking sheet there, if you're going to do a hole in the front, you find the pointy end and you cut a little piece of it off.
Okay.
But then what you need to do is take a little piece of foil and cover your cut, because that needs to stay moist.
Okay.
I use a little piece of dried sugar as a weight to hold that foil down.
Okay.
So then when it's ready to carve out, this is still going to be moist where you cut it. And also, if you're going to want to stand it up, you would cut the wider end, because then that'll let your egg stand up.
Okay, and then you just kind of chip away at that, just like you would to create the hole.
And a little carefully,
Okay, so here we go. We've got two. How do we glue it together?
Now, what you're going to want to do is make your little scene in the back.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is royal icing, which is what you use to glue gingerbread houses together. You want to make, if you're going to make a little scene, so I'll let you pick some things out that you're going to want to put in the back.
And you sell all this kind of stuff, a little, you know, chicky poo, a cross, kind of stick it in here. Very, very pretty.
And then if you want to, here's some different colored jimmies if you want to add some dimension. Here's some little tiny.
I think I'm good. I think we got to move this along. So the top goes on.
Yep. And then what you're going to do, and I always use white, is you're going to seal around the edge with some royal icing.
Top goes on.
Yep.
And then decorate it up with the name or a flower, or you can use some of these other accessories to, you know, the flowers and things like that.
Well, and typically you let your scene dry a little bit before you finish it, and then you'll let this dry to stabilize a little bit before you end up doing the finishing touches.
So cute.
And then if you want to put a border on around the hole that hides the rough edges.
Oh, so great. Happy Easter, Julie.
Happy Easter.
Wonderful, wonderful project to do. And if you have any questions, just stop into Creative Cake Supply on Military in Green Bay, and Julie and the staff there will help you out.